Fix what I couldn't see. Eating clean, playing my part. Still something breaking inside my heart. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Following every line they drew, still ended up in reverse. Five pills lined up on the sink, each one telling me what to think. Said give it time, you'll be okay. But I kept drifting further away. I was doing everything right, and everything kept getting worse. Gave them everything I had, still couldn't break that curse. Then one day I just let it go. Stopped chasing what I didn't know. Took one step, changed one thing, turned my back on everything. This is my why. North Dakota Carnivore changed my life. Kept it simple, stripped it down, turned it all the way around. Lost the weight, cleared my mind, left that old road far behind. What I found was something true, did it myself, and so can you.
And good Saturday morning to y'all. How you doing today? My name is Lance. I'm the North Dakota Carnivore. And we have this morning meeting on the weekends for accountability and anybody that needs help just being on a diet of any type. I really don't care what kind of diet you're on. But that's what we're here for, is for accountability and support for each other. That's one of the best things you can have. And I started doing this on weekends because there were so many people doing these accountability lives and stuff like that during the week. And then on the weekends, there just wasn't hardly anybody doing them. We had a couple of people on Saturday. We had one or two on a Sunday. And it seems to be a lot more popular now. And it's amazing that we have the support within our own community to be able to do stuff like this. And first in this morning is Brian Airy. Good morning, Brian. How are you doing today? It's nice to see you here. Jeff, awesome to see you this morning. John, Together Strong. Good morning, sir. How are you doing today? Hi, Helma. Just a song, buddy. Don, hey, good morning. So nice to see you back in the chats again. Thank you very much for stopping by and saying hi. Everybody saying hi this morning. Awesome. So, wait, Jiffy or Jeff? Jiffy. Did I miss Jiffy? I don't see Jiffy in here. Mr. Bride's Biscuit. Mr. Biscuit. What's up, Mr. Bride's Biscuit? How are you today? So nice to see you here. What's on the agenda today? You know, I've already been up and out and talking or watching Rick's live this morning. Thomas had mentioned that he was having burger patties, and I was like, I didn't take anything out last night, so I had nothing to eat. I'm actually doing more of a strict lion diet right now with some intermittent fasting, and I was hungry, so I was like, wow, hell. I ran out. We have our first weekend farmers market going on right now, and one of the things that they have there that I really liked was from a raw dairy, and I wanted to get some raw cream so I can make ice cream for my wife. They don't have the raw cream, probably, she said, until the end of the month. They do have the raw milk, which has a nice layer of cream on top, but it's just not the same as the raw cream when you make ice cream with it. I've done that before. So on the way back, I stopped at the grocery store and picked up a pound of ground beef because the stuff I have outside sitting on the counter thawing out right now isn't ready for me. And I just made that. But other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. We're just hanging out, enjoying the day. Supposed to have some rain here on and off today. Not supposed to be very nice. It's actually only supposed to be maybe hit the 60s today, low 60s. It was 47 degrees when I got up this morning. Kind of chilly for June in North Dakota. uh, you broke your fast today with bone broth. Your Dr. Boz ratio was 12 today. That's a great way to start the day. Having your Dr. Boz ratio at 12 while in a 7-day fast is amazing. Good job, Brian. You got to feel really good about that. Oh, yeah. Hey, there we go. Ta-da. So far, there was only one on there, I believe, and that was from the guy that said WTF. So maybe we're not going to get a bunch of those people on today. Don't know. I forgot. Usually, I try to put the this live stream on Saturday out, schedule it so that it goes out and stuff, and I usually get more people on the vertical stream when I do that for a couple of days. But I didn't do it until this morning, and that tends to get people not to see it. So, oh well, I'm good with that too, because sometimes these people that do the vertical stream are generally where the trolls come from. Oh, yeah. Don't be a zombie. Drink your coffee if you have it, or as Dr. Kiltz calls it, your bean broth. Because there ain't nothing wrong with a little bit of bean broth. Mr. Biscuit, up to the old shenanigans. That's right. Doing bone broth right now. That's good. You said you're making it or you're drinking it? Yeah, I saw that this morning too. I saw that Larry had his live schedule for 10:55 or 11:55 Eastern, 10:55 Central this morning. He said he was going to have today's this evening. So I don't know if it's going to change here in a minute or not. But yeah, it he'll have one today. Just not 100% sure what time it's going to be. Yeah, YouTube keeps messing with your homepage and subscription page, and you're getting irritated by it. I agree because, like Rick's channel, I subscribe to Rick's channel. I have notifications turned on. I don't get notified that he went live. Um, Meeting Wellness, Christy's page, I also have her, and I have her notifications turned on. And when she went live this morning, I didn't get that live notification either. And if I'm using my phone, don't even get me started on that because they've changed crap on that too, and that's really irritating me. It sucks. So, what do you think about the lipotoxicity video I did on? I put out Friday. Did that make sense to everybody that did watch that? 'Cause I know there's a lot of people that don't understand, and when it's talked about in different chats, people aren't understanding that you have to adjust your fat intake. Some people will be able to eat a high fat carnivore diet, 70 to 80% of your calories coming from fat, and others can't. Others have to be a little bit lower. And what that goes down to is actually our genetics. Some people, when they can be just mildly overweight and all their fat stores are used up and they will not be able to burn fat unless they're on a lower fat diet. And by lower fat, I'm still talking like 60% of your calories coming from fat. It's just when your fat stores fill up, you have nowhere else to go with the fat. And you'll burn that loose fat for energy before you'll end up burning your stored fat. And for some people, they have to go to a much lower fat intake for the carnivore diet 50, 60%, 65% in order to get their fat on the inside to start burning and using that for their energy. And then people see it. And the best person I saw that has described this here is Jenny Mittich, because her husband Gorn had this issue. They started the carnivore diet at the same time. Jenny had great results right away. Her husband did not. Nothing improved with him. Not his energy, not his mood, not his weight, nothing. Everything actually got, a lot of stuff got worse. And it wasn't until they cut back to like 60% of his calories from fat that his body started responding. And you see this with so many people now that are coming in. They've been on a carnivore for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, some people 6 months, and they haven't lost a pound. If they're tracking their calories from fat and calories from protein, they can really quickly look at it and see, okay, I'm getting my calories from fat, my calories from protein right. They're above 70% or they're at 70%, and I'm not losing anything. You can adjust that and cut it down to 60%. Do that for 30 days and see what happens. It'll make a difference. You'll end up burning more of your own body fat then. And that's what lipotoxicity is. It's just your fat storage capacity has been reached, and you have to have a lower high fat carnivore diet in order to start burning your body fat. Don says, I'm always on my phone, and yes, they have changed it for the worse. They did. It really sucks trying to do it on your phone now. I know last night I was out in the living room and I'm trying to watch different ones, and I was like, what the hell is going on here? My normal, way I get to watch people on the lives on my phone. I can't find them on there anymore. I have a hard time finding my Carnivore content on it. Just nuts. Brian says I started the week at 260. Today, 252. I almost made it to the 240s. You're doing great. That is amazing. If I had Larry's Can You Dig It, I'd be playing that for you right now, Brian, because I can dig that. That is amazing. Getting down into the 250s. That's really cool. John says, once I finish up at the interface with the computers, we'll be working on the phone app to solve the YouTube dilemma. That's good, John, because we need that because YouTube is getting weird at times. Let's just say that. Oh, thank you, Brian. Did it make sense though? I mean, I know I had a guy email me and he's trying to get me to pay him to increase my views and increase my all my stuff. And I'm not paying anybody to do that, but it's just some of the comments that he made on there made me wonder. You know, I don't do a lot of editing to him because I don't like doing the editing stuff. It's a pain in the ass to me, and the StreamYard editing tools and YouTube editing tools, they just kind of suck, and I don't want to pay for a subscription or a program to actually do it. If I can do it in just one take and only screw up my wording and not being able to talk once or twice, I'm good with that. You know what that tells me? It tells me it's human and it's not AI. Bridesmaid says they're opening a new market by me in July. You're hoping they sell bones. You'd like to start making your own bone broth, right? That'd be really nice. I know we have actually we got a couple of butchers around here. I should stop by the butcher shops to see if I can actually get some of the bones from them. That'd be a better thing. I don't know our local store here. Just buying their bones they're expensive. They shouldn't be. Don says it made sense to me, but I do have an understanding of having a fat malabsorption and the weight loss journey. Yep. But you feel it was pretty clear. Thanks. And that's what I was trying to do because you try to explain this in a chat to people, and then, you know, you don't get nearly enough characters in a chat to be able to explain it. And it was somebody in Carnivore Quest that was talking about that. And that's what gave me the idea to do that video. Yeah, Brian's doing really good. He just finished a 7-day fast. So it is really amazing. Bryce says, or Don says, Brides, I hope they have them for you. You get mine from a Latin market, and they are fantastic. The only way to know is to get the test thinking about it. You're talking about for lipotoxicity? You can actually just cut your calories from fat. Tracking is free. And track what you're eating now, everything. And like it was Fitbit, now they changed it, but I've got the Pixel Watch, and it used to run on the Fitbit platform for calorie tracking and all that stuff. Now it goes off of whatever the Google platform is. I think it's the health platform, but it still gives you a decent calorie tracker where it gives you the percentage of your calories from fat and your calories from proteins. And it won't let you set it up unless you have carbohydrate calories in there. And 0.5 grams, you can't even put that. You have to put at least 1 gram of carbs in there because they're brainwashed and they think you have to have carbs. But you can track it on that. And there are other tracking apps out there that will give you the information that you need. But just track it. And if you're not losing weight and you're eating properly, if your calories from fat are 70 or higher and you're not losing weight, try to cut it to 60% or 55% of your calories from fat. And all that is changing from an 80-20 ground beef or a ribeye to a New York strip or a sirloin or the 90-10 ground beef. That will cut your calories from fat down. You're still eating the same way. Don't add extra butter. And you can see it that way. And it's actually pretty easy to do. I've done it and it didn't work out that well for me, but you can do that. Bryce basically went to his primary care provider this week. Had many new labs done. It confirmed how I feel. Core risk markers, thyroid control, insulin sensitivity, inflammation, immune, kidney, metabolic, all improved. That is great to hear, Bryce Biscuit. We all know that this diet does work and it does make a difference, especially in how people feel and how everything is going with your body. It makes a big difference. Let's see. Brian says, yes, I was reminded of Jenny's husband. Yeah. Is that Jenny's Goran he's actually a pretty cool guy. I've watched some of the videos where he's been in them and she's been doing her sardine taste testing with him. Actually, I like him. Bryce says, yes, the ethnic markets tend to have the interesting and rare cuts of meat, bones too, often reasonably priced for the community. I never thought about that. We have an African market here, and I've thought about going there just to check out their sardine, what they have for them, just to see. Brian's thinking about a 21-day sardine fast starting Monday. Trying to do another one of those. You're going to refeed over the weekend, get some good beef fat into your system, and then kick off a sardine fast. Might not be a bad idea. Hey, Thomas. Nice to see you here. You're on your phone outside. Out there getting some of that beautiful weather going on right now. Can't even get any sunshine here. It's all cloudy out there. Sounds fishy, Brian. Yes, a sardine fast could be a little fishy. Real fishy, brides. You just bought a case of Wild Planet white anchovies. Those are the low salt variety with skin and bones. Not bad. That's not a bad idea, Rice Biscuit. I think it was you and Brian that were talking about that because the black anchovies are the ones that are heavily salted. The white ones are not. I still have not found any of those here. It all happened because of Carnivore, and it changed my mindset. Yeah. It's kind of what happens when you do this here. Your mindset really does change a lot when you start getting healthy and you find out for all those years you've been lied to. And Jenny's husband is who you like his humor. Yeah. He's got that sense of humor that's one of the things, yep. I agree. Hey, you don't see Thomas? Where'd Thomas go? Oh, he was on the other stream on the vertical. So where did that one go? Huh. That's different. I have it pulled up on another window for my streams to make sure that things are working properly. And I have Thomas's comment on here. and I have the other WTF on the vertical, but somebody else said hi, and that's not showing up on my screen at all. But Don, that's why I have this little window up here with all the comments, because that's where you can see the stuff from the other stream. And one of these days, YouTube was talking about this here about a month ago, where they're going to combine the chats from the vertical and the regular stream so that people will be able to see them together. And when they do that, that'll be a good thing. Briceway says it's too far for me to travel, but the nearest ethnic markets, I've seen chicken feet, pig's ears, cow's heart, feet, goat. Yep. Yeah. Well, this community is not that big, but we do have a fairly good sized African community here. And when I say African, I mean people from Africa. Um, we have people from like Nairobi, from Kenya, from was it Ghana, and I mean all over Ethiopia. We have people from all over the Africa that live here in this community, and I work with a bunch of them. You know, I've learned a few phrases in Swahili. It's actually pretty cool. But their market is they got some good stuff in their market. I know they have a lot of different stuff too. You're welcome to come along on the sardine fun. Anybody else want to try it? I do have, what is that, 6, 12, 18? I could do an 18-day sardine fast if I ate 1 can a day with the seasoned brand sardines. I have 18 of them sitting right there. I can see them from here. You buy 10 fish on Amazon, lots of variety there. Cod liver too. I haven't thought about looking for the cod livers on Amazon. I know the prices have gone up. It's kind of crazy. And Don says, Brian, no. But you'll be your cheerleader from afar. Oh, come on, Don. Have you ever tried what's the other one? Not sardines. Mackerel. Have you ever tried mackerel? That's actually a really good tasting fish from a can. And it doesn't have that sardine flavor or anything like that, but it's got nearly the same macros as a sardine. Now Donna's saying hi to you, Thomas. So way over there. I guess it's another phone thing. Yeah, it should be showing up on my screen on here. I mean, I did get Thomas's, and I did get the first one. It's just the one in the middle just disappeared. Don't know why. Unless that's a it's not somebody I've blocked before, because otherwise it wouldn't be in here. Okay. Don says, okay, I have to say pig's feet. The meat of it is fantastic, but the skin and cartilage is a no-go for me. Pickled pig feet meat is great. And I will agree with you 100%. I do like pickled pig's feet, and I've come really close to buying some of that here recently. But it was the face that my wife made that made me stop. Oh yeah, Don, mackerel and tuna taste nothing alike. You can get the mackerel and olive oil, and it is really good. I would, for the price of a can, pick up a can of King Oscar mackerel. It is really, it's good. It's doesn't taste anything like tuna fish or sardines. It's got its own kind of flavor, and it's actually not bad. John said, I just made a cockpit program for the computer, brings all your chats in and all your YouTube content tools in one interface. Once it's finished, you need me to test it. I'll test it. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Brian says, I saw a Japanese meat counter. I would have died and gone to heaven. Yep. They have some good meats there. Well, hello there, Edward. How are you doing today? Nice to see you here. Bryce says, cod liver are currently $4 a can in medium quantity, $3 in larger quantity. Mackerel are less fishy than sardines in your experience, and it is. It doesn't have that fishy, disgusting taste that people associate with sardines and with canned fish. Jeff says, my thoughts are I will not buy sardines, so the price stays lower for you guys. Hey, I appreciate that, Jeff. Thanks for taking one for the team. We greatly appreciate that. Yes, I am in the United States. I am in North Dakota. So you can see right there. And if you want to be more specific, I am in North Central North Dakota. Don says, I'll give it one can try and report my findings. Please do. That'd be an interesting video for you to do. Bryce says, the sacrifices you make, Jeff, right? Yeah, Brian says, Don, they are 100% different. Love the mackerel. And it is different. It's different flavor. My wife even didn't mind the smell of it compared to the sardines. She won't even come near me if I'm eating sardines. And with the mackerel, she's kind of okay with it. Yeah. So what else do we have going on this week? This coming week here, on Wednesday, I've got some more dental work that I'm having done here. So these are the temporary bridge right here. That's going to be pulled out on Wednesday, and the permanent bridge will be put in. Thursday is my wife's birthday. Friday is our youngest daughter's birthday. And then Sunday, of course, is Father's Day. So it's actually going to be a busy week with stuff going on. Just not a whole lot of extra stuff going on. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a normal time for us here. Everything is just the same. It's just keep on going. I actually took her out to dinner. What day was it? The Thursday night? Yeah, Thursday night I took my wife out for an early birthday dinner. She loves fajitas from a specific restaurant here in town, and she gets it with without the beans, without the rice, and with no tortillas. She doesn't do bad with the onions and the peppers that they use and the seasoning. So she gets their chicken fajitas, and she really does well on it. So I took her out. We had an early birthday dinner for her for that, because I just know that there's so much going on that something's going to happen. We're not going to be able to go out on her birthday. Uncle Willie, good morning. How are you doing today? So nice of you to stop by from Rumble. Uncle Willie says that my father-in-law's this weekend, Central Time Zone instead of Eastern. Well, that's where I'm at too, and we're in the Central Time Zone here, so welcome to my time. And my daughter, yeah. When the year my daughter was born, it was Sunday was my wife's birthday on Father's Day. My daughter was born that Monday after. That was actually pretty cool. Bride's Biscuit says, I like mackerel, herring, kipper snacks. Yes. Oysters, mussels, shrimp, clams, squid, octopus, anchovies, and all fish, shellfish for that matter. Yeah, I don't mind them either. The squid and octopus has to be cooked right for me. I've had them before, and it's been really good. And I've had it before where it's kind of like iffy. Um, you missed snails. Escargot, when cooked properly, is also really good. Have I heard anything about Dr. Nelson? I heard some talk about him, but I missed the chat. Not sure what's going on with Dr. Nelson. Just from what was said in a Zoom meeting, I don't know if he's working with Dr. Kiltz anymore, just the way that it sounded in that meeting. And that's why he hasn't been on the lives in the morning, and that's why he's not doing the afternoon meetings and stuff that he used to do. I'm not sure what's going on with all that. And I don't want to speculate. I know he did an interview with, who was it? Emma, Emma Man, for her carnivore diet, and then there was just another interview that was, I think it was put out yesterday, where he did an interview with Low Carb Barb, where she interviewed him. So I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know if he's still working with Dr. Kiltz or if he's just stepping back a little bit and retiring. And I don't know. I miss him though. I like Dr. Nelson. He's got a great way of uh, getting things done and getting things across. And Don says, I have a happy moment to share. This past Wednesday, my two kids at home graduated. It was a moment. Awesome. Congratulations. Now, when you say they graduate, you mean they're graduate high school and they're going to college now, or you're kicking them out and making them get a job? Don says, I made it through 4 kids, got them all to graduation safely. Well, that's great. So it's a big thing these days because a lot of people aren't doing that. Congrats, Don. Don says, I love shrimp, crab, lobster, scallops. I guess it's just the tin fish, but I am going to try the mackerel. Yeah, try the mackerel. It's actually pretty good. Escargot, buttery, buttery erasers. That's about what it is, too, isn't it? But they are good. I do enjoy the escargot when it's cooked properly, just like any other creature. If it's cooked properly, it's edible. Yeah, well done. Yeah, love Dr. Nelson. And you deserve to be a proud mama. I really do. Bryce Biscuit says, I grew up on seafood. I can't afford it these days, so I stick to mostly tin. My grandfather bought a boat when he came home from the Navy. I grew up on it, fishing, boating, swimming. Oh, the best of times. Absolutely. Yeah, from high school. Okay. I just wanted to make sure because, some people celebrate every grade that their child graduates from. And want to make sure that you were talking about from high school, which is amazing. You've raised 4 responsible adults. That's awesome. Fish good. Caveman, Brian. I need to start using my warming mug because my coffee's getting cold. And that's not the way it should be. So let's check out some of this. What did I do? Oh, last weekend when I broke my 7-day fast, I broke it on Friday night. I ate normal, or almost normal on Saturday. It still is only about 1,500 calories I ate on Saturday. And then Sunday, when I got up, I had 6 eggs, a pound of bacon, and Sunday night for dinner, I had been I had this 2 pounds 10 ounce ribeye bone in the fridge, dry aging for 5 days. I put it in my offset smoker, or the offset smoker part of my pellet grill, and I smoked it for, it was just over 2 hours until it got to 100 and I think it was 108 degrees when I pulled it out of that. And then I cranked up my grill to 500 degrees. I let it get hot. I opened up the sear spot on it and I threw it on there. 45 seconds on each side, and it came out looking amazing. Now, I ate the whole 2 pound 10 ounce thing except for that bone, and that bone actually didn't weigh that much, but it was my dog loved it. But I finally realized my phone will make these collages like this here. I just had to figure out how to do it. I pushed a button on it. I'm like, what the heck? It'll do this. So I was able to take some of my pictures and, you know, smash them together, kind of like this here. Or I was able to do this here to show the difference in my weight from March of 2024 until February of 2026. Or this one here. This was also like in April, and then March and April again, or something like that. So this is 2 years apart. That's me in front of the same door, wearing a vest, and then wearing a sleeveless shirt. There is just, you can see the huge difference in my body and what this crazy carnivore diet has done for me. It's amazing. This was my 1 year carnivore anniversary. This is just 12 months on carnivore. I went from this huge guy to wearing a large t-shirt from a 3XL. So it's amazing what happens when you eat a proper human diet. You know, I went from looking like these in this picture, which is just crazy that I let myself get that big, to this in less than 2 years, 18 months or so. So it's amazing what happens when you eat a proper human diet. Bridesmaid says I have one in high school, one in college, and one in grad school. That's awesome. It's an amazing time for them. It is. It's an amazing time to be a proud dad too. Mailman's walking by and my dogs didn't go nuts, so that's a good thing. That means he was quiet. And Don says I have two older ones. My 33-year-old is a cardiac RN. My 31-year-old is a staff sergeant in the U.S. Army. Well, congratulations. I almost made staff sergeant. I spent time in the Army, and when I was on my end of ETS leave, my end tour service leave, I was on 45 days of vacation. I got a letter in the mail that said if I extended my enlistment by 90 days, I could pin my E6, my staff sergeant. It was tempting, but no. I decided wasn't going to happen. Wasn't worth it for me. Let's see. Brian says I did a test on this fast. The first 4 days, no iced coffee, and then I added one. And the last day I added two. My numbers were better on the coffee. Really? Now, by iced coffee, it's just iced coffee with no creamer, no anything else. So it's just the iced coffee. I would think that would have to do with the caffeine in the coffee, unless it's decaf. But the caffeine in the coffee is an appetite suppressant, so you're not getting any appetite or hormonal signal saying that you're hungry, which would also probably help your cortisol, which would give you better numbers. but I think I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't know for sure. But it makes sense. My younger two, my 19-year-old is a stock market genius, and my 18-year-old is going to veterinary school. That's awesome, Don. We've actually had one of our, two of our vet offices here in town have closed, and we only have one basically left. And it's because nobody wants to take over the business from the people who are retiring. Don says, yes, brides. You have them all over the place, just like me. It's awesome. It is. See, Don says, Brian, that test is awesome to know because you've added back iced coffee with 1 pack of chocolate element mid morning. You just need it. Do you like that? Need it. Yes, you do need it. And I gave up coffee for 9 months and I brought it back. It was about a year ago. And I haven't had really any issues since, other than finding out which coffee caused me pain. Coffee I really liked caused me pain. Um, what cheaper coffee that we are drinking at the office, and it's one that we're paying for, not what they're providing, but it's still one of the cheaper ones. Didn't have any issues with me. Now the last couple of days, well, last couple of weeks, we've been drinking a different brand of coffee, and I've started to get aches in my wrist again. So I think I got to change out of that coffee brand and not drink that one anymore. That's about the only thing different that I've been doing. With creamer and a skinny girl and sugar-free syrup. Once you're ETSing, the thought of another day is no way. And that's true. Once your time is up, the time is up. It's time to get out. With creamer and a skinny girl and syrup, sugar-free. Mm. If I had a cup of coffee there really wouldn't be any point anymore. Okay. A cup of coffee sounds good. It is good. Even if it's cooled off, I'll still drink it. And I am going to call you crazy there, Don, because Don says, okay, call me crazy, but my favorite iced coffee is Nescafe instant iced coffee, specifically the iced coffee blend. It's fantastic. No, I I bought a container of that instant coffee, and it's probably one of the most disgusting coffees I've ever had. I Oof, it was actually really rough. Oh, Charlie says a cigarette sounds good too. Uh, no, I'll disagree with you on that one. I don't think a cigarette ever sounds good. I did quit chewing tobacco though, and that was a year ago in March. I chewed Copenhagen for 45 years, and in February I started adding in the Zyn nicotine pouch. I did that for a month, and then I quit chewing the tobacco, and I continued the Zyn for a month, and then I quit the Zyn also. So I've been nicotine free for over a year, and I've been tobacco free for over a year. I've been alcohol free for almost 2 years. It's pretty amazing what this does, and I don't miss any of it. I don't have the urge to drink. I don't have the urge to uh, have the tobacco or the nicotine. The only thing I still have an urge to do every once in a while is something sweet. Like last night, my mind was trying to think of something that I could have that was had a sweet taste to it, and I'm like, why? I don't want anything. I don't need anything. But it was just the way my body was acting. And let's see, Don says, okay, for the record, my local Kroger, they just got in a new Chobani, or however you say it. Yeah, or however. You spelled that coffee creamer. It is milk, cream, allulose, and it's insanely good. Really. I have not seen that. And I actually don't use even heavy cream. I don't use heavy cream in my coffee or half and half. I don't, it's just plain straight black coffee. But some people do really well on it. I know coffee for me is all right. Heavy cream, if I have too much of it, it's not good for me. And if I have too much of cheese and stuff like that, then I really start to feel it. The iced coffee on the fast had creamer, the sugar-free syrup, and your numbers were better. Well, that's good. Now, the sugar-free syrup, what were they using as a sweetener in it, Brian? Were they using allulose or were they using a dextrose? And Bryce says, growing up in a Scandinavian household, you have to agree with with me. Nescafe, oofda. Yeah, sure, you betcha. That is one heck of a coffee. That's all I gotta say. You've been off cigarettes and alcohol for 18 months and quit coffee in January. That's right. I forgot you quit coffee here recently. You've been off of it for quite a few days now. Congratulations on that. Did you notice a difference in how you felt in any way when you gave up the coffee, Uncle Willie? Brian says I use heavy cream, not fake creamer. Right. I was the sweetener in the syrup the sugar-free syrup. What were they sweetening it with? Is what I was wondering. Yeah, the fake creams are not good to use. So Don says yes, it's really good, and they're having a hard time keeping it in stock. They just got it about 2 weeks ago. That's the Chobani creamer. See, I haven't even seen it. I really don't look for the creamers either. Jess says, must have something in the air. I wanted something sweet last night also. Sold for salt. Yeah, I sold for going to bed. That's when I was like, nope, it's time to go to bed. I just need to get some sleep. Because sometimes that's the best thing that you can do is just take a nap. I might have to do that today too. I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning. It's when I wake up to go to work. And then I just kind of tossed and turned till I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. And finally, I said, that's enough. Is this a coffee stream or a meat stream today? I don't know, Jester. You can always throw your 2 cents in. You can bring it back to the meat, or you can bring it back to coffee. Sometimes coffee is an important part of the day for many of us. Don says I do have to limit to 1 tablespoon serving because of the malabsorption issue. What will ruin my day? Yes. That I will. Oh, Jess, you've been off coffee for 2 months? Have you noticed any improvement or any issues going away once you got rid of the coffee? I know when I stopped drinking coffee the first time, I had a couple of aches and pains that went away. And it turns out it was the coffee I was drinking and the specific brand. And when I went back to it, it was I drank a cup of the, or I actually had 2 cups of that coffee. Then the next morning, I felt it again where it was bad. So I tried the stuff that they're making at work because it was a completely different kind of coffee. And I didn't have any issues with that. And I've tried that one now for a while, and that one's actually been doing really good with me. And here the last month or so, we've been doing a different brand of coffee. And the last few days, I've been getting the ache and pain in my wrist again. So I don't know what is going on with that. I don't know if that's from the coffee or if there's something else that I got in here that just isn't sitting right with me. So I'm not quite sure. And let's see. Don says malabsorption. Sorry, I talked to text. Yeah, I read it right. I didn't even notice that you spelt it wrong. Man, okay, I saw it now. The coffee withdrawal was horrendous. You feel like you have more energy without the coffee. Yeah, once you get past the side effects of not having the coffee, the withdrawal symptoms basically from the caffeine, you do feel better. And I just enjoy the taste of coffee. I don't use the heavy creams. I don't use sweeteners or any of that stuff. So, sucralose, not the best thing, but you only use one pump. Okay. I was just wondering because, like, for some of the allulose brands, allulose is actually supposed to help to lower your blood glucose when used. It's not supposed to cause it to spike. It's actually supposed to help to lower it. At least the RX sugar allulose. Let's see. It's both meat and coffee. That's all there. Really, is just meat and coffee. Yeah, that's really all you need. Some people might want to have that tea instead of coffee, but it's still good. Well, I just got the notification that Larry's live on Carnivore Quest. So apparently he is doing the morning meeting and not the evening meeting today. We'll have to stop over there and say hi to him. Let's see. Wait, Brisby says you get no negative signal from dairy, but I will do a N of 1 experiment at some point to see if the side effects my autoimmune antibodies. Um, Jenny Mitch actually did that with the raw dairy versus the pasteurized dairy rice biscuit. You should look that up on her channel. She did that for a while, and then she gave the results because she did the testing before, she did the testing during the pasteurized dairy, and then she did the testing on the raw dairies. And there was a significant difference. Check it out. You definitely have more time in the morning without coffee. Yeah, I don't have the patience for some of the stuff that goes on at my work in the morning without my coffee. It keeps me grounded, I guess. Jesh says, while I've been carnivore for over 2 years, I still have some residual aches and pains that come and go just in my feet. So I was giving up coffee as a last ditch effort to see if it goes away. I had to do the same thing, and that was one of the things I had. Jesh was pain in my left foot, my left heel in particular. And within like 3 days of giving up coffee, that went away. But I also have on this wrist right here, I don't know what it is, but just turning it like this here, just a little bit of turn gives me pain. But it's only been when I've had coffee. So I'm thinking that the coffee brand that it's actually the same coffee I have right here too, and here that I've been drinking at work for the last month, and now I'm getting this pain back. So that's my last of that bag. So I'm gonna be done with that kind of coffee. I'm gonna go back to the stuff that I know wasn't causing me trouble. Or maybe when I'm done with this year, maybe I go without coffee now for a while and see what happens. maybe I can join the club with Jester and Uncle Willie here and give up coffee for a while. That's a valid step in testing, Jester. Let us know. Yep. Let us know what you find. I'm really interested to see if you have any more issues or if it goes away. Jester says probably we'll go a longer fast here soon and see if that resets everything. And, let us know when you want to do a fast too. I know it's easier to do if you're doing it as a community. And if we want to do a fast together, a longer fast, like a 5-day, 7-day fast, I'd be willing to host a daily meeting so we could all have support to go through it. If you guys want to do something like that, I wouldn't be opposed to doing that. I did that 1 week where I was doing a 5-day fast. I did a meeting just about every day, just for my accountability when I was struggling with it. It sounds difficult. Lewis has seen his blood sugar lowered by allulose. Correct. And I've noticed that with my wife too. With when we were using the RX allulose, and it was just that, it wasn't their supercross. When we used that, her blood sugars would go down. Now they don't sell the RX allulose by itself anymore. Now they have a supercross. It's the RX allulose mixed with the dextrose. And now when my wife tries that, she gets a rash. So we can't even use that anymore. Jenny got symptomatic relief. Yes, watched it. You're asymptomatic Hashimoto's. Okay. I just want to remind, because she does do a lot of testing and she puts out a lot of good content as far as the N of 1 experiments, so that you can get an idea and you can see what she was testing for, and you could probably even find those tests on your own labs. Brian says, on this fast I had best blood sugars I've ever had. 59 was the lowest and 64 was the highest. Man, has ever been that good? Has never been that good? That's actually really good. Getting down to 59 for your blood sugar is really good, especially if you don't have any low blood sugar symptoms, which means that you have plenty of ketones to keep going. I know I was talking with Amy Fields, Brisket Boomers, and she's had her blood sugars down into the 20s. She is a type 1 diabetic, so she uses insulin. But she's had blood sugars down into the 20s before. She goes into the 40s often, and she does fasting too, so it's actually pretty good. You really need to give a short fast a try. There's nothing like fasting done. One of the things that I would suggest, I know you have your malabsorption issue that you have, I would have the highest fat meal that you are good with prior to trying a fast, so that your body has the nutrients that you need to begin it. And once you do that, doing a 24-hour or 36-hour fast seems to be a lot easier to do. But I'd start with a short fast, 24-hour, 36-hour, and see how you do. Do a couple of them back to back before you move on, just to see how your body does. And if you do have a Keto Mojo or CGM, just track your blood sugars, make sure that you're doing all right. Bryce, I felt great with fasting, blood sugar in the 70s. You're not trying to get any lower without a reason personally. You're still learning. Yep. And it takes time to learn. I didn't do mine. I didn't get over the Keto Mojo until I was like on my second or third fast. And I've had, well, according to my Keto Mojo, I've had blood sugars. My lowest one I ever recorded was 49. and but that was the lowest one, and it was only one reading. My ketones were pretty high, so I wasn't really worried about it. I wasn't feeling bad or anything, so it's not bad. Sounds great on the fast thing. Just let us know. Okay, that 59 would have put me in the hospital a year ago, right? Because your body's used to having a lower sugars now, and it's kicking in the ketones. You're burning ketones, and that makes a huge difference. Jenny is the test master. He is. I'll agree with that. She also had very low antibodies historically, but she had very she had much symptomatic feedback. We are all different, even within the same disease. That is true. And just like with this diet, everybody has their own path that they have to find and be able to run. And that's the same thing with the fat content that you're eating in carnivore. Some people can have coffee, some people can't. Some people can have dairy, some people can't. Some people do really well on pork and chicken. Some people don't. Some people don't do good on beef. But each of us has our own path. It's the same thing with any disease that we're dealing with too. There's a general idea of how things go well, and from there you have to fine tune it for you. Brisby says you are metabolically stable now, Brian, and likely flexible as well. Yes, sir. He's getting a lot better. Yep. And Don says I don't have any of the fancy apparatus yet, but if you start fasting, I'm sure addictive personality, yeah, you'll have them all. I really want to, they're coming out with a continuous ketone monitor. They've got it out in other countries already. It's been approved in the US. I've seen the approvals. The company is just waiting to release them here in the US. And I really want to get one of those just to test to see how it works with the CGM and a CKM so I can see the differences and how everything runs on that. Jessica said I've never measured anything on a fast, or I guess anytime, but I feel great always on a fast. So I have zero worries myself. Right. And one of the things that you have to do is listen to your body, right? Even when I'm fasting and I know what my numbers are, if my body tells me I need to break the fast because I'm dizzy, lightheaded, I'm just not feeling right, it doesn't matter what my numbers are. I'm breaking a fast. And that's one of the things that people have to understand on how to do that. Ben Bickman liked the Keto Mojo and the continuous monitor. Yeah, I saw that he's got a link for it. And if you are in one of the countries where you can get it now, you can get a discount using Ben's codes for it. I tried it, still doesn't work in the US. But it's been, what is it now? Just over an hour on this live stream, and time to head over to Larry's and talk to the good people in Carnivore Quest. So if you all want to head over there, that's where I'm going to be. Actually, there's two more things I did want to talk about real quick. I found a couple more carnivore channels I don't mind. I kind of like. On Friday afternoons, Captain Carnivore. He has been doing a live, and it's the second time I've caught him live. He's actually got a pretty good show. He's an older gentleman in his 50s, and he's just got some good content. And one of the guys in his chat was Carnivore Ron. And Ron's also an older gentleman that's been carnivore, had some tremendous success. And I'd recommend going out to their channels and checking them out. You can click on the QR code for Captain Ron or for Captain Ron, for Carnivore Ron, and then for Captain Carnivore. Check them out. Or head over to Larry's and Carnivore Quest and we will see everybody there. You betcha. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Check out the other guys and have a great one. We'll see you over at Carnivore Quest.